In this video we're going to make a ply-point shelter, a simple A-frame, a rubbish version of a flying A-frame, a forester's tent and a classic tarp tent. We're going to be using a DD Hammock Superlight tarp 3 by 2.9 meters, and I'm going to use this Hibernate inflatable mattress 188 by 56 centimeters just to give you a rough idea of the sort of space we've got inside these. We have 4 short guy lines and 4 long pegs that came with the tarp, and I've added a few extra red pegs there, as you can see, just in case we need them, along with 2 trekking poles extended to roughly 116 centimeters. We're going to start with the ply-point shelter, which is about the simplest, easiest and quickest shelter you'll ever see. All I've done here is pegged one corner to the ground, then found the diagonal opposite corner, added the trekking pole through that corner's loop, and then guide that out to the ground. It doesn't matter if it falls over here, because as you peg the remaining corners to the ground, it will create the tension to give us some form of structure. And believe it or not, this goes from nothing to shelter in less than 1 minute and 10 seconds in this clip. For more headroom, you could of course prop that front corner up with a taller stick, or as I did in this case, used an entire tree. And to really make this feel like home, you could add an extra guy line to one of the central loops of the shelter and use a stick or a tree, again, anything around to pull that central part out and away from where you'll be sleeping. And of course add a few extra pegs to any remaining loops on the ground. Next up, we're going to make a simple A-frame. So I'm going to reset the tarp to 0 as if we've just taken it out of the bag, and as you can see, I was initially hoping to record all of this video as a single shot, but we had various interruptions. We even had a dog come and meet us at one point, and so I thought, you know what, this is turning into a rubbish, much distraction filled video. So here we are, pretend that the tarp's just come out of the bag. I'm going to start by pegging 2 corners down to the ground, and then we're going to use both of our trekking poles in this simple shelter. So we find the central loop on the leading edge there, and I'm just going to pop the trekking pole through that and then guide that down to the ground. Once again, don't worry about it falling over at this point. As you add extra pegs in, it'll start to pull the entire structure together. So then I grab the other trekking pole, find that central point and central loop to thread it through on the back of the tarp. And as you can see, it already starts to take some form of shelter and structure here. And then once again, you've guessed it, I just take 2 pegs, go to those other 2 remaining corners and peg them down. As basic as this shelter is, just consider that's 3 meters long. That's a lot of shaded area we've created there. Of course, if you wanted to keep it like this, you'd just add a couple more pegs to the remaining loops to give it more structure, maybe some extra guy lines if you really wanted. I'm going to very quickly show you this as a flying A-frame where no actual point of the tarp meets the ground. So of course that doesn't give you much shelter side on, but it gives you a lot of shelter from above and a lot of shaded area. As you can see, the shadow literally getting bigger and bigger on the ground as these corners are pulled out. Now I'm only showing you this very briefly to illustrate how it would be done, because I needed 2 extra guy lines really to add to those trekking poles to pull them outwards, which would not only tighten up the sagging tarp in the middle, but also give this some much needed extra solidity. So you can see here I've reset to the basic A-frame, and we're going to make the forester's tent, probably my favourite of the shelters. I did actually sleep in one of these very recently. So all I'm doing here, as a completely random doggy friend turns up, is taking all of those points that were pegged in on the edge of the tarp and moving 1 loop in from the edge. So you can see the trekking pole is now 1 loop in from the front. This corner and the other corner of the shelter are now using loops 1 in from the actual corner of the tarp. And don't worry, I have got proper full step-by-step guides of these shelters listed on my channel. I just wanted to do this video to show just how versatile the tarps are and how easy and quick they are to build all of these shelters with. As you can see, all I'm doing is then pegging those excess bits down to the ground in the centre, and as if by magic, we've suddenly got something that looks like the stereotypical tent that you'd see in a cartoon. This is a really good, solid little shelter, and I love the way it's enclosed. The fact it's so quick and easy to close down the ends as well means you can start off your camp with it as a completely open A-frame, then as it gets colder or windier, close down one or both ends, or if you find yourself overheating at night, if you're in this in a sheltered area anyway and in a bivvy bag like I was, you might choose to open up one of the ends. Even though it looks quite small, you can see inside there's still plenty of space, because you've got to remember we effectively started out with a 3x3 plain tarp. So of course, even folding in all of that extra area for the doors, there's a surprising amount of space left as the pure indoor sheltered area. Look at that, I absolutely love it. So for our final shelter in this little video, I'm going to completely break it down to absolutely nothing again, as if we've just got the tarp out of the bag, remove all of the guy lines, everything, and we will make the classic tarp tent. And this, I think, is a much better shelter than the forester's tent for windier conditions. So even though the forester's tent is my favourite, the tarp tent is probably the more sensible one in a lot of conditions. I start by pegging the front two corners in, just to give us a reference point for what we're going to do with the back two corners. We're going to find the back corner of the tarp, but instead of pegging that down, we're going to go one loop in on each side of the corner and peg that down and fold the actual corner of the tarp underneath. So it effectively gives it a blunt back end with the corners smoothed out, if you will. So then, once those are in place, we're going to come up to the front, we're going to keep hold of the actual corner of the tarp, but we're going to peg it in roughly where the first loop in at the front of the tarp is. And you'll see what we've basically got now is a very loosely attached tarp to the ground, but when we add a single trekking pole, as if by magic, it almost instantly becomes a small tent. So to really tighten this up, I'm just going to add a guy line through one of those loops exposed on the loose front opening of the tent, and do it on both sides. And as you can see, when you peg that guy line back, it really creates a surprisingly solid little shelter before even adding in any extra guy lines, any extra pegs to the ground. That suddenly looks like it's really nicely hugging down to the ground, and like I say, going to give you just a little bit more shelter from the wind and be a little bit more aerodynamic to not get blown around like the forester's tent might be. If we take a second much shorter trekking pole or stick and move down to the back of the shelter, you can see we can really prop this up and give us some solid indoor area. And then pegging those remaining loops down, you can probably tell that this is a surprisingly good, surprisingly solid little shelter. And if you don't like having the exposed ground beneath you, you can imagine adding just the simplest of ground sheets to something like this is going to make it feel like a really substantial indoor area. Before messing around with these tarp shelters and sometimes sleeping in them, I was not convinced at all, and I actually thought that they were a load of hassle to make and that they weren't substantial enough. And that was to the extent that I didn't even want to buy a tarp myself, because I was worried that it'd be rubbish and I'd never use it. So full disclosure here, I actually messaged DD Hammocks and managed to get this tarp from them for free. Now, this isn't a sponsored video, they didn't ask me to do any videos. I just wanted to share that with you, just so A, that you knew, and B, you knew how much I was against tarps. And so fair play, I'm actually a really big fan, and I'd say the tarp is one of my favourite things to play around with and add to my bivvy bag, of course, giving me some more shelter than just a tiny bag on the ground. I'll leave some links down below for tutorial videos and videos of me actually camping out at night with the tarp and so on, and also I'll leave some Amazon associate links to my various camping gear. If you want to support the channel and you buy through those links, I will get a commission, but it won't affect the price that you pay. And if you really want to help me out, please consider being a PayPal supporter, a channel member, a Facebook subscriber, leaving a super thanks, like some of my recent supporters: Melissa L, Sean B, BL Beach, L Hughes, C Cole, Dawn H, A Sanford, T Seymour, David D and Kaz G. Thank you all very much for the support. It really, really helps out, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now. So until the next time, thank you very much. Keep it interesting, keep it tarp worthy, have a fantastic day, and of course, farewell.